Let's talk about water fluctuation real quick. Hey, this is Lake Life Tammy, and I just wanted to take a minute to give you all some helpful information, hopefully, on the water levels here on Lake Hartwell. Lake Hartwell is fantastic. It's 56,000 acres of water fun. But one of the drawbacks, or can be drawbacks, is the water level tends to go up and down with regard with drought, things like that. So back before Christmas, we hadn't had a whole lot of rain, and a lot of the coves and more shallow areas were dry. And then we had tons of rain in January, February, so water levels are back up. And so everything is looking fabulous right now. But if some people really need or want to have deep enough water for their boats to stay dry, you need a covered dock. And when the Corps of Engineers issues those dock permits, a lot of it has to do with water depth, where the other docks are in relation to the one that you have. So there's a lot of rules involved. And so if you want to have a cover, permanent cover over your dock, then that's something to look for when you're searching for property, as well as how deep is the water. Right here, I jumped out onto the dock there. You can see where it has come up since the rain. And I walked out to the end. It's just under 4 feet deep. So being that the water is really high and it's at 4.5 feet deep, you can see how easily can be to dry out if we have periods of non-rain and whatnot. So if that's important to you, then that's something that you need to look for when you are searching for properties. You know, if it's going to be a weekend house and you can kind of come and go and trailer and it's not a big deal, then you can find some really good properties at fairly decent prices, because you hear those geese going crazy. The prices are really tied to the water quality. So if you have really deep water, really expansive views, then even if the house isn't great, the prices are going to be high. So keep that in mind when you're prioritizing what you're looking for with your properties, that you know, the water is the biggest factor. Let's see. I was also going to mention, see how there's wheels on this dock? Lake Hartwell, these are, you can roll it in and out with the water. So if it does dry up, you can push it out a bit to keep it in the deeper water. And, you know, eventually you won't be able to go any further. And you can't block your neighbors getting into their docks, but it is quite helpful with just minimal ups and downs in the water. So just a little tidbit and something to consider when you are looking at Lake Hartwell. Have a fabulous day.